Low. Yes!
They was to do 5-6 rounds. Why you gonna do 5-6 if you knock him before? If was the fight was over. The fight was over. Then more you do is just extras. Mike go home today happy.
Come and get me, Mike. Come on. There we go. That's it right there. Perfect. That's one. Good one. Nice. Go. Come and get me, Mike.
Let's go, Mike.
There we go. That's round yet. That's round yet. Let's go. Come on, Mike. There we go. Using those legs now.
The atmosphere in Tyson's camp has been electrifying as the fight of the year approaches, with Mike Tyson finishing up his final day of training camp with laser focus and intensity in preparation for his matchup with Jake Paul. Tyson's team is sticking to a strict training schedule that blends the power, speed, and technique that earned Tyson his title of baddest man on the planet.
Better to the body.
You're right, Coach.
Mike, tá well? Maybe need 10 seconds. Put 10 seconds there.
58 years of age, Tyson is trained using a combination of contemporary conditioning methods and conventional boxing workouts designed to preserve his explosiveness, power, and endurance. He works out with intense strength and conditioning exercises, long sparring sessions, and rapid-fire pad training to keep his hands moving quickly. Tyson's intensity is at its highest level ever, according to trainers, and his focus in these closing seconds demonstrates his dedication to the fight.
He wants to be there. He wants to one more time entertain people. He's a fighter, but he likes to entertain people. It is what he fights for. He fights for all those people he can see in the street. The people come to him and say, "You are the people's champ." So this is really motivate him to be in the gym from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. every single day.
Even though Tyson is the oldest fighter in the fight, he is demonstrating incredible adaptability by utilizing training strategies from his prime while incorporating modern techniques to accommodate his age. Tyson has adopted a regimen that focuses on high-intensity interval training and mobility exercises to ensure he is in peak shape. His stamina has been boosted with endurance circuits and cardio drills meant to prepare him for the fast-paced exchanges expected in the ring.
Expect the biggest fight of the history. Why? Because we talk about Mike Tyson. We talk about Netflix, live on Netflix, something that never had before. Things like that you just can do with a name like Mike Tyson.
Junior Tyson and his team have been carefully planning since they realized that Paul is almost 3 decades older than him. Tyson's focus has been on honing his signature moves, the strong body shots and fast head combinations that made him one of the world's most feared boxers. But they have also been practicing defensive drills to help avoid Paul's reach and youthful agility. Reports within the camp suggest that Tyson has been practicing counter-punching methods in anticipation of Paul's forceful approach. Trainers have kept Tyson's sparring sessions concentrated on timing and movement, which will be essential against Paul's reach, because Tyson's camp wants him to take advantage of Jake's propensity to lunge, creating gaps that Tyson's power may exploit. Advantage's goal is to wear down his younger opponent by putting on a vintage Tyson display while sustaining high intensity in brief bursts.
Excellent, Mike. Excellent, Mike.
You break him. Unpredictable.
Exactly, Mike. Beautiful roll, Mike. Excellent. Excellent.
Both casual viewers and die-hard fighters will find this showdown to be an unparalleled spectacle. The conflict of the plot of the great heavyweight champion, known for his deadly power, and a rising star who went from being an internet sensation to a fighter seems like something from a boxing fantasy, and social media is buzzing with training. Discussions concerning whether Jake Paul's youth and reach can match Tyson's depth of experience and natural strength are sparked by clips, promotional images, and fan theories. However, a recent interview with Stephen A. Smith has provided insight into Tyson's mindset and preparations, and he has some audacious remarks for his challenger at 58. Mike Tyson is practicing with a ferocious drive that brings back memories of his best days. Intent on proving, Tyson said in a recent interview that he's still a formidable presence in the ring, and that he's been working tirelessly to maintain his strength and sharpness for 8 rounds several times a week. "I feel in great condition," he told Smith, adding that he doesn't feel constrained by his age. The former champion expressed confidence, saying, "I think I'm going to be able to handle the situation," alluding to his despite their decades-long separation, they are prepared to face Paul in the ring. With a keen, unflinching gaze, Smith pressed Tyson for more information, hoping to find out if the former heavyweight champion was preparing for a definitive knockout or intended to take it easy on 27-year-old Paul. Tyson responded without hesitation. "I believe I'm going to hurt him, yes." His remarks swiftly went viral on social media and sports channels, igniting a debate about how fierce Tyson's tactics would be once the fight started. The boxing legend has been improving his skills with Brazilian coach Rafael Cordo, who emphasizes power and endurance in his training, leaving no room for complacency. Tyson says his daily workout regimen, which combines sparring, strength training, conditioning, and tactical workouts, is remarkably similar to what it was during his peak years. "It's all about the fundamentals." Although Tyson seems confident, he acknowledges that Paul may take a defensive, evasive stance, utilizing his movement to avoid Tyson's powerful blows. Tyson said, "Give it everything you have 3 times a day." Tyson recently shared his thoughts on this potential tactic with Mike Ducey of Fox 4 Dallas-Fort Worth. He said almost dismissively, "I don't see how he's going to fight by running all day," suggesting that he's ready to adjust and corner his opponent. Recently, Tyson's crew has given fans a taste of his unadulterated intensity and training. A few days ago, a video surfaced of the veteran striking a sparring partner with such force that Coach Cordo had to intervene and stop the session. As the battle draws near, this video further supported the idea that Tyson is taking this fight seriously and is committed to demonstrating why he was once thought to be the most scary person in boxing. Fans are speculating about Tyson's future in the ring and the outcome in a matter of days. Some are excited for a rematch with Lennox Lewis or even a showdown with his old rival Evander Holyfield. But Tyson is focused on November 15th, determined to prove that he still has the devastating knockout power that solidified his place in boxing history in New York. The crowd's cheers reverberated throughout the air as Paul took the stage, and when he was greeted with a wave of alcohol, his entrance drowned out by the animosity. In sharp contrast, Tyson was greeted like a victorious champion, with every step celebrated by the adoring fans. Admirers speaking to an audience in New York, Paul instructed them to keep quiet and advised them to jeer at their own actions. He then attacked the city, comparing it to Mike Tyson, saying that both were once great but had lost their edge over time before making more jabs at the city's reputation.
"Hey, New York, shut the fuck up, New York. Hey, boo yourselves. Boo yourselves, New York. Hey, New York, New York, New York, you're just like Mike Tyson. You were good 20 years ago. Fuck you, New York. Fuck you. Dumbass Democratic City."
Throughout the press conference, despite acknowledging his respect and admiration for Mike Tyson, Paul made it plain that their friendship was broken earlier in the evening when he made a bold pledge to kill Tyson, and he appeared visibly tense. Paul declared that he would defeat Tyson on November 15th, demonstrating his victorious nature. He called Tyson elderly and insisted on teaching him a lesson similar to that of a son. Although he acknowledged a small setback due to illness, Tyson reassured everyone that he was ready to fight and that he had resumed training after momentarily taking a break on his doctor's advice. He also confirmed that the bout was set and expressed confidence in his preparation. He stressed that he is fully prepared and plans to let his performance speak for itself when the fight starts, appealing to supporters of his recuperation and present health.
And from that, Nice, 1, 2, 3. Yes, go him again. No emotion. No emotion.
In a statement, co-founder of Most Valuable Promotions Nakisa Badarian said, "Our team has worked diligently with all parties involved to reschedule this monumental fight to a date that ensures both Jake Paul and Mike Tyson are fully prepared with equal training time, as well as allowing us to keep the event at AT&T Stadium in the middle of the Cowboy season." A UFC legend recently revealed the substantial payout Mike Tyson is set to receive for facing off against Jake Paul. Originally scheduled for July 20th at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, the highly anticipated showdown was unexpectedly postponed in June, with Netflix airing the fight live. "We value the exceptional commitment, cooperation, and adaptability of our partners at AT&T Stadium and Netflix. The most intergenerational sporting event in history is Paul versus Tyson, and we are dedicated to giving boxing fans around the world access to this unforgettable evening of action live on Netflix. We hope to see you all on Friday, November 15th, for a bout that will be remembered for generations to come." Paul continued to intimidate Mike Tyson during the event on Sunday by criticizing Tyson's hometown in New York City. Paul relished in the limelight, drawing boisterous applause from the New York audience as he boldly declared that he would surprise everyone when he and Tyson entered the ring. Tyson, however, maintaining his cool while responding to questions from ESPN analyst Ryan Clark, who chaired the press conference during the former heavyweight champion's face. He even gave Paul a light shove to lighten the mood when he was asked why he would accept a fight against Paul despite their 30-year age difference. "Because I can, who else can do it but me? And who else is he going to fight to make this happen?" Tyson replied. Fans have been debating the matchup in great detail, with many wondering why it makes sense for Tyson, whose age and reflexes are thought to be deteriorating, to compete against the greatest fighter in history, a formidable younger opponent, and these worries have only grown as a result of Iron Mike's recent setbacks, which include a distressing flight accident and an ulcer flare-up. However, Bradley Jr., 40, provides an alternative viewpoint, adamantly believing that Tyson can still win in a manner reminiscent of his glory days, which is what motivates this audacious prediction. Recently had a discussion with Prob Box TV with a 506 record. Bradley Jr. suggested that a 2-minute round would enable the former heavyweight champion to fully display his explosive power. Many people believe Tyson will win, but he could simply corner Paul, who has a perfect record, and use relentless force to overwhelm him with a barrage of crushing body punches. The possibility that he will lose via knockout is causing him anxiety, with problems like sciatica hip surgery and the inability to maintain the stamina needed for a professional bout. The once dominant champion appears to be far from his best. UFC star Michael Chandler has also expressed similar worries. Chandler stopped talking about how he was nearly 4 inches taller than his opponent and had a 20-pound weight advantage in his last fight with Mike Perry, telling Lucky Block that now it's Mike Tyson, who is 30 years older. "Jake is around 30 and Mike Tyson is around 60. I adore Mike Tyson. Everyone wants to watch Mike Tyson lose. But no one wants to the UFC fighter who saw Mike Tyson grab Jake Paul and knock him out as seen Nate Diaz and Ben Asen lose to Paul, which makes him wonder if Tyson will suffer a similar fate. Time will tell the answer. But in the meantime, it's evident that Teddy Atlas was instrumental in forming Mike Tyson's early career, helping to shape the 58-year-old into the boxing legend we know today. Nevertheless, despite their lengthy history together, the 68-year-old Atlas has yet to mention Iron Mike when talking about the best talent he's ever collaborated with Tyson. Atlas and Tyson teamed up early in Tyson's boxing career, with Atlas mentoring him during his formative years between the ages of 12 and 15. Over the years, Atlas has also worked with well-known people like Shannon Briggs, Tim Bradley, and Michael Moe. But in an interview with The Ring Atlas, he shocked many by focusing on Wilfred Bites as his most remarkable talent instead of Tyson and these other notable athletes. He said, Sometimes you go to the Academy Awards and one movie wins all the awards. What are you going to do? That would be beneath anyone who could beat Roberto Duran among many other great fighters. That's a pretty good resume. I would say Bonnet's overall was the package. He was a special fighter, having ruled the heavyweight division during his prime will fare when he returns to the ring for the highly anticipated fight between Tyson and Paul on November 15th. The two fighters will meet at a press conference this Sunday before their showdown, where he stated in a recent interview that he was feeling great and that he vowed to defeat Paul. When they finally faced off in the ring, he said, "I'm looking forward to facing off with Jake Paul at Fanatics Fest in NYC. I'm feeling fantastic and excited to see Jake Paul on Netflix on Friday, November 15th at AT&T Stadium in Texas at 27. The countdown has resumed. A lifetime ambition comes true for Paul with his next concert, Go Down with Tyson. But he has no intentions to be lenient with his idol after eating Mike Perry as an appetizer. Paul stated that he was ready to go for the main course on Friday, November 15th. To fight the biggest, baddest boxer ever is a dream come true for me. But it will be a nightmare for Mike Tyson after a 19-year break. Paul has made it clear that the fight will be nothing short of a nightmare for the seasoned champion. In contrast to Paul, who seemed more motivated by excitement than strategy, Tyson's return to the ring demonstrated his commitment to both professional and personal development, leaving fans to question whether he is disclosing too much of his vulnerability despite his recent victory over Mike Perry as the highly anticipated. A showdown with Tyson is imminent. When Tyson entered the ring at the press conference, the crowd cheered loudly, but Paul held his ground and adopted a more confrontational stance in an unusually combative mood. Paul stiffened at the cheers and protests, repeatedly snapping at the crowd to shut up, revealing a rare crack in his otherwise confident demeanor. Paul may have been feeling the pressure of entering the ring with a legendary figure. Donald Trump, a former president and longtime resident of New York, went on to refer to the city as a liberal political bastion, referencing its long-standing reputation as a Democratic stronghold. The renowned world heavyweight champion Tyson, known as the baddest man on the planet, was immersed in the adoration of the crowd. Iron's decision to be loyal to his word and avoid participating in Paul's provocative conversation. Mike gave a clear warning, saying that he would treat Paul like a son and teach him discipline when they faced off in November.